Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Games get 10 times better when Michelob Ultra is on the line, so race to the bottom of a slope. Winner gets an Ultra. Or enter at michelobultra.com/ultra instructor for a chance to win tickets to the hottest sporting events of 2026. Michelob Ultra, Ultra Instructor, no purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 plus. Begins on January 30th, 2026. Ends on February 22nd, 2026. See official rules at michelobultra.com/rules for free entry deadlines, prizes, and details.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Skating Network recap show. It is the evening of Thursday, February the 5th, and the Penguins just wrapped up their final pre-Olympic hockey game in Buffalo, and we will get into the details of that one here in a bit. But before that, as well, the other end it is Snail, and it is it's Thursday evening, meaning that we're at the end of another week. I know that out in Seattle, it has been a little warmer than here in Western Pennsylvania. I went to work this morning and my car said -5 on the thermometer. So it was nice and chilly this morning. But the last time we talked to Snail 2 nights ago, he was still feeling under the weather. Snail, how is the health and how is life since we talked about 48 hours ago?
Yeah, just another 58-degree day out here in Seattle. Feeling a little better. I went on a long walk today. Got a good sweat in. So I'm on the mend. Things are on the up and up. And yeah, man, -5. That is uncomfortably chilly. I mean, you could die if you were out there too long.
The high on Saturday is 6. So yeah, we are kind of caught in a bubble of just cooled air, and it is. I would take some of that 57-degree Seattle air right now. Maybe that's why everybody's sick out there, because you're out there, you kind of let your guard down a little bit when it's that warm, and you got some stuff festering up. Those who you were around that probably had some kind of plague adjacent disease that you've been working yourself through, but you sound better than you did the last recorded this week.
Yeah, I'm on the mend, like I said, and it's definitely getting better. There's some drainage happening. There's some, I think, it's the hardest thing to do, but moving your body, I think, and like getting like the getting a sweat in, even when you feel achy and still kind of shitty. It's the hardest thing to do, but afterwards, I mean, it was sunny out and I got some like natural endorphins, dude. It felt like I was on cloud 9 for a second. All of a sudden I was like, maybe things aren't so bad in the world right now. Cause I think, careful on the internet, things are pretty tumultuous right now, I think, in our world. But for a brief moment there, everything kind of felt all right. And certainly after the game was today, that we watched today.
Yeah. Before we dive into the game, I will say if I break up or drop out at any point, my internet for some reason has been very spotty, and so if I do break up, something is probably frozen. Nothing works when it's this cold. So, but yeah, Snail's doing much better. He sounds better. The weekend's coming up as always, but we will be without Penguins hockey for about 3 weeks, and actually 3 weeks exactly. Crazy to think about, but at least we know that we are without Penguins hockey. We will be feeling good and riding high heading into this Olympic break. The Penguins coming off a disappointing result in Long Island against the Islanders. They bounce back. They head to Buffalo. A very big 5-2 victory here in Buffalo. But the big story of this game, the Young Guns showing out in a way. Before the game, we find out that the guy that we thought would be called up in like November, Avery Hayes, a call up, and he makes his NHL debut, and he takes 2 shots in the first period of the game, and both end up back in the net. So we'll start there, Snail. I mean, you could not. I mean, nobody's dreams, Avery Hayes' dreams, our dreams, we have figured that this kid was going to begin his NHL career exactly like this.
Yeah, man. I mean, I knew he was a buzzsaw and that he was going to inject some energy into this lineup, and it's a great, I think just with the way that the Penguins have been playing kind of the last couple of games, they seem tired. And with the result against the Islanders, you want to kind of head into, there's you could argue there's a lot to play for, but you could argue, that this is kind of a let's just get through this type of game, no one get hurt type of game. With players on both sides going to the Olympics, they're probably shipping out in the next 24 hours to go over to Milan. So I think he's the perfect player to call up and insert into this lineup and to get a little buzz, get everyone kind of juiced up. And he plays that style. We've been talking about him for like probably a year now. And man, it was incredible to watch. He was, even before he touched the puck, you could see the way he hops over the boards. The kid has some tenacity, and he's got just an awful little mustache. He looks like a little grit grinder. He looks like somebody that actually might be, you might have just picked him up from like a beer league rink in Buffalo type of guy. But man, it was shades of Jake Gensel, and it's his own thing. I will say it's his own. It's his night. This has nothing. Jake Gensel's long gone, but I'm not kidding. Like the goal and like the brother crying in between the two parents, like was literally what that was like that night. Was it against the Rangers that Jake Gensel
was against
scored?
The Rangers. It was.
So yeah, in New York, the state in New York, it was. And then he gets his second, and everyone's elated yet again. It was just took me back to like 2017, or 2016, 2017. It was awesome, man. And like that guy, I thought he was going to get 3. I mean, he had some opportunities. He has a rocket of a shot. He hits. This is the type of player that like Pittsburgh has needed. And granted, it's his first game, and people are going to be like, let's tame our expectations. I don't care, man. The Penguins are second place in their division. Did not see that, or in their division. Did not see that coming. This kid is a buzzsaw, and he's exciting, and he's just scored 2 goals in his debut. I'm gonna run with it. Pittsburgh's needed a player like this, just a high flying tenacity, tenacious player, I should say. So, man, I'm buzzing off this game. Why don't you break it down for me, Robbie? Let me know what you're. Before that, what did you think of the kid? What did you think of his debut?
Well, I mean, he's someone we've been waiting for months now. Like coming out of training camp, we thought he might make the squad out of training camp, and then he gets sent down and kind of just wait for him to get called up. But everything had gone so well for the Penguins, basically in the first couple of weeks of the season that. You didn't really need him. You didn't really have space for him. And then he got hurt down in Wilkes-Barre, so he was out of the lineup down there. And, again, everything kind of converged here tonight. Ricard Raquel took a ding in practice. He's day-to-day. Blake Lizotte had to leave town to go be with his wife. They're expecting their first child.
Who's expecting the child? Oh, Lizotte?
Blake Lizotte, yeah.
Okay.
So he went on parental leave. And then talk about perfect timing. I mean, my goodness. You're basically going to be on paternity leave for 3 weeks. You couldn't have drawn that up any better. But and then Noel Chari was sick and not available tonight. So you had a kind of a convergence of events here that allowed Avery Hayes to get this call up, and he gets stuck on the fourth line with his best friend Rutger McGroarty, and it's fitting that on that first goal, Rutger McGroarty was the one that was there to celebrate with him first. So that was a cool moment. But yeah, the first goal here, man, the defenseman either was not expecting that kind of speed from Avery Hayes and just got caught flat-footed, or Hayes just has that natural speed that can blow by guys even if they're trying, because he busted right past that defenseman and got in there and just ripped that shot past Alex Leon to make it. It was 1-1 because old friend of the Penguins, Jason Zucker, scored to make it 1-0 early. But Avery Hayes ties it, and that, I mean, for any player making his NHL debut, that first one has to be the one that, I mean, you want to get it quick so you don't sit around. Like, you don't get many chances. There's no guarantee of tomorrow in this league. So to come out and get that first one that quickly, get the momentum back on the Penguins side, a huge moment. And then a short while later, takes a beautiful feed from Anthony Mantha, who is just feeling it unlike anybody I've seen recently. Just absolutely in the groove right now. Feeds a beautiful pass from behind the net, and Hayes wastes no time, rockets it off his stick past Leon. It's 2-1, and 2 goals, 2 shots, or 2 shots, 2 goals in his NHL debut for Avery Hayes. They go back to the family, who just is probably in a state of shock at how all this plays out. But great for Avery Hayes. Big boost for the Penguins, who, I mean, you go down 1-0 early, you're on the road, you're half your team is beat up and banged up. Another half is getting on a plane to either Italy or some vacationing locale to spend the next couple weeks. You don't know what the mindset is, but good hockey. This is a Buffalo team.
Yeah, man.
They go at 2-1, and after 1, I feel really good about this. Obviously, a lot of time, but I mean, Avery is completely back from the game shots.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's always with this team. I mean, just the way they've kind of been playing, like going into the second period there, and then they have that lead. It's you never know what can happen. Shelovs and Skinner, they've been great as of late, but there's been times where these goaltenders, they give up that bad one or here or there. Shelovs has been a little bit more steady as of late. But dude, no, the Penguins they play well. Rust was so good today on the penalty kill and defensively. I thought Clifton slid right in on that third pair since St. Ivany went down. I think Kevin Hayes, usually somebody that you'd like to kind of shelter a little bit. He's been, he's only played twice in the last feels like 15 games, maybe
something like that. Yeah.
He hasn't been great. I thought he was sheltered nicely on that fourth line, and he didn't do too much, not a lot of ice time, but wasn't an issue at all. They held the fort, and it was good to see, because I mean this is a Buffalo Sabres team who's much improved. They're not the Buffalo Sabres of years before. I mean, hell, they're not even the Buffalo Sabres of 2.5 months ago.
They looked dead in the water for the first 2 months of the season. They were a bad hockey team.
They were a bad hockey team, and they are a good hockey team now. This is what I think they've been waiting for so long. All these young guys they've signed and these pieces they've acquired all fitting together. I mean, Tage Thompson is one of the most dangerous players in the National Hockey League, and if people out there just don't know that, then I don't think you know puck, because this guy, I mean, he scored 50. He's not that far removed from – did he score 50 not that long ago? And he has 105 or something crazy mile an hour wrist shot, or slap shot. This guy's he's a mutant. And he plays on a line with Alex Tuck, who's a 30-40 goal scorer, who's also a mutant. This is a team that can do some damage. But no, the Penguins, they did what they had to do. Ben Kindle, dude, Ben Kindle, two goal game. He looked dangerous the whole. I like that he was quarterbacking the power play at one point. That number 81 man, he's not Phil Kessel in the sense of he's not built like Phil Kessel and plays like him, but that 81, you see him quarterbacking the power play, dishing it off to the whoever's on the boards, and he gets up on the. I mean, dude, it's reminiscent, man. And this team is reminiscent of some successful years in the past, and it's so exciting. Man, after a game like tonight, you just can't help but feel a little bit optimistic about, they got that 2 points. I remember we talked about it. We really wanted them to get 2 points, whether it was against the Islanders. Be nice to win out these last 2 games, but they go in and they handle business in Buffalo, which hasn't been the easiest place to play as of late. And man, everyone looked pretty good all around. The power play could use some help. I think Sid looks tired. Sid seems.
He does. Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, he needs to at least get away from the NHL a little bit. He definitely needs to just get to Milan and get with Team Canada, and definitely step back a little bit.
I mean, he's 38. He's had a hell of a season. He's over a point a game. He's on pace for probably 90 points or something like that this year. But that first line isn't generating as much. I saw a headline from Dan Kovacevic or Dan Kovacevic or whatever. He's a Pittsburgh guy, and he was kind of complaining about the lack of production from the first line. Russ was serving a 3-game suspension. Today you had Mantha up on the first line where he hasn't played at all this year. Sid's 38 and he's over a point a game, and it's been a condensed schedule. I mean, I don't know what more you can really ask of him. I think everyone's kind of struggling a bit this year with the condensed schedule, and Sid's borderline, not human, but I think even this season's kind of getting to him. So he's going to go overseas. He's going to probably, this is the Olympics. It's a business trip for these guys, but I think he's going to go over there, and it's probably going to be relaxing compared to, maybe the like what he's been going through here in North America. Don't you think? Like over there, he's going to.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to carry them as much over there. Like he knows he's obviously going to have like the deep roster, and he doesn't have to necessarily do anything, put all the pressure on himself, which I'm sure they'll give it his situation, the captain and Team Canada at the Olympics. He's going to feel pressure, but no, I mean, just, maybe get over. And back a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, Robbie. You froze up on me there for a second. So the last thing you were saying there, if you could repeat.
I cut off there, but I think that he just needs to step away a little bit. He just over there to get their Team Canada goal.
Yeah, totally. He needs to get over there. He needs to have like a couple glasses of red wine. I wonder if it's warmer over in Italy right now, despite it being the Winter Olympics, than it is here.
I mean, everywhere he's been, so it's a little bit warmer. Like a honor or something over there.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Olympics, there's those round robin games. Like, he might not even play every single game over there, and I'm not super worried about Sid. He just looks a little tired.
Nah, never really ever worried about Sid. Like, he just always comes through. He eventually bounces back. The points start coming. He just goes through a bit of a dry spell. That's the nature of the game. But Benny Kindle in this game, the shot to make it 3-1 on a 2-on-1. I mean, never even looked past to Brazeau. Just wound up and just cut that thing, blew past Leon. Yeah, the goal, but he wasn't goals. That's what the positive takeaway is. And like, I thought we were going to be in a position where maybe he's playing a week or they've been playing every night. Like, he's just out there, and I'm sure that this break is going to help him as well. He's not used to this. This is a different brand of hockey, and he's already at 13 goals. He's on pace for well over 20 this season, and he just when they need a big goal, he seems to have scored it lately. He just comes up with a big goal for this team. I think this is his. He had the game winner against the Rangers. He has the game winner. He gets credit with a game winner tonight on this 2-on-1 goal. And he's just doing everything right. And I shouldn't be totally shocked by it anymore. But then I remember, this is an 18-year-old kid that none of us knew about a year ago. Like, none of us knew who this kid was. Heck, 6 months ago, barely at this point. You thought maybe he'd be ready in 2 or 3 years, and now he is a key component of what the Penguins are doing this year. He just continues to blow me away every game.
Yeah, he's showing improvement. I think he hit a little bit of a rut in the middle of this, first half of the season, I guess let's call it. And it's because he's 18, like you said. It's because it's a different pace of hockey. It's just it's a different beast. But I mean, dude, yeah, if this is his rookie year and he's on pace for 20 some odd goals, he's only going to get stronger. He's going to get smarter. He's going to get better and better. So it's exciting to see this kid who, yeah, like you said, wasn't even on. We weren't talking about this kid when we were coming up to the draft, in the summer, and now he's household name basically. Not even Pens fans, like other people are hearing him talking about him. Yeah, man, and they still have some youth that hasn't really popped yet. I mean, like I'm still waiting for McGroarty to kind of establish himself a little bit more. Like today, him on the fourth line, I thought it's a demotion for sure, but he's not producing. It's like do you send him back to the AHL? Do you keep him up with the other kids? Like at this point, some guys are going to, mature later than others. Like not everyone's going to be a Kindle, but McGroarty's definitely one of those guys that I think he still has the makings and potential to be, a good top six, definitely middle six, scoring forward. He's still growing into himself, so he's fine. But I mean, Will Horkoff slowed down a little bit down in college, but that guy's clearly got a knack for scoring goals. And yeah, man, Bronicky, like there's still Bill Zonnin's getting going in the queue. Or is he in the Q or the O? I can't remember which league he's in. I want to say he's in.
I think maybe. I know the goalie's in the Q. Zonnin.
Tanner Howe just made his debut in the AHL, and he got a goal, I believe, in his first game. He got a nice
like major shoulders too, so he really gonna have to catch. Here's the latter half of the season because shoulders are never fun to deal with in the heel.
Yeah, it's one of those things in hockey too. If you cheat a shoulder surgery or cheat shoulder rehab, it's just going to set you back at some point inevitably. So, but yeah, man, it's exciting. Sorry, he's in the queue.
Goes on.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But no, yeah. Among them, a great sign. Avery Hayes just stepping up, and that way, and we'll see. He's now an NHL hockey player. He said that, and he's going to be a contributor here at some point. I definitely have. Developing him and things that say really surprising. After one, a bad penalty gives the Sabres an early power play in the third period. Tage Thompson hit 30 goals with a power. I start to worry a little bit. I don't really love how that period started. They do settle down. They do settle, and Novak, while since we said his gets a big insurance goal to make it 4-2. Cheetakov gets Evgeny Malkin gets an assist, and big goal there to kind of stop and see this one out, and then to wrap it up with an empty netter for his 18th of the year. He puts the icing on the cake with about 15 seconds left. And, again, not a huge night from Crosby. Malkin got an assist. But you look at the guys, Avery Hayes, Ben Kindle, each with 2. Tommy Novak gets in there, so the second line does pop through. But other than that, it was mostly the bottom 6 coming up big again for the Penguins.
It was, man. It's amazing to see, and it's something that the Penguins haven't had, man. Like this is what I think going back like 4 years now, probably they just haven't had that youth, like that youth in a good bottom 6 that's able to contribute when the big dogs aren't going. And, you got Letang out right now. Sid's tired. Gino's not playing center because of his shoulder still, but it's not really slowing his production down. But he, at times you go, yeah, Gino could use a week off here too. He's going to get 3. But
yeah,
man, the whole lineup's contributing. The defense, it has its days, but for the most part, it seems like a competent group and a good mix of veterans. And Carlson's, you're not expecting the world of Carlson. You're kind of letting him be the freelancer that he is. And dude, it's just a lot to be optimistic about. And they enter this 3-week break firmly. The Islanders did win tonight, but they enter this 3-week break firmly in the second spot there in the Metro Division. It's just wild to see. Robbie, do you keep Avery Hayes up?
Works with the just you can still back down with the freeze, and I think that's still possible. All going to depend on out of the I can see where is that. He's, I mean, he played like that tonight. That's an amazing first impression. And, yeah, I think, again, I wanted Avery Hayes up here back when we were at, like, Game 10. So I think the more Avery Hayes we get, the better for the Penguins. And, yeah, I'd like to see Avery Hayes get an extended run out of the break. But, again, March is going to be busy. You're going to need fresh bodies at some point. So how he performs, because I'm sure he's going to get because Wilkes-Barre is not taking any time off. So those guys will get chances down there to keep playing, keep their legs fresh. But, yeah, I'd love to see him get another look up here at the big club once we from the Olympics. Just tonight, I mean, it was a massive debut, and you're going to need guys like that. That can do about anything, can score, are fast, can play a gritty game. They can do a little bit of everything to win some of these games coming up here in March. So here now, the Penguins, this is the final game until the end of February. They are off, I believe, until the 26th when they will begin the pick up their season.
Mm-hmm.
6 games played right now, so there's 26 left. After tonight, they are, as you said, 70 points through those 56 games. That is good for second alone in the Metropolitan Division. They sit 1 game behind, or 8 points behind the Carolina Hurricanes, who have been what the Carolina Hurricanes do. They're 8-0-2 in their last 10. Playing very good hockey right now, but they're 1 clear of the Islanders. Of course, games in hand over the Islanders, 2 to be exact. And Columbus stays rolling as well. They enter the Olympic break on a 7-game winning streak, and they've won 9 of 10. And then you have teams like the Capitals and Flyers and Devils who are all fading very, very quickly. So this has really started to we talked about in the last episode, really starting to open up here in the East a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, if you play like this, you're going to find a top 3 spot in that Metro easily. And you do right now. You do have a small cushion over the Boston Bruins. The Bruins hold the last playoffs, or the last wild card, sit on 70 points. The Bruins sit on 69 with the Penguins as well. Now you're in really good position. You have less games played than just about anyone around you. You've already banked 70 points with about a quarter of the season left. So you just got to go out there, come out of this break, get rested up, go lay on a beach somewhere, go get a massage, spend time with family, whatever you want to do. But take some time off, get rested up, and let's pick up where we left off when we come back in a couple weeks.
100%, man. I think that's exactly the way it's going to go. Just don't want any weird injuries or anything like that. The point of this break is to stay healthy for those that aren't going, not going to the Olympics and going to the Olympics. Everyone, it'll be interesting to see, how this roster kind of gets. You'd assume that when everyone gets back, it kind of goes right back to their winning ways, like the way that the rosters were set over the last week or so. But I don't know. You never know. It's always nice when youth like Avery Hayes or someone makes a coach have to make a hard decision. It's better to have that. That's a good problem to have.
Oh, it's a great problem to have.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have. And yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see, dude. Like I can't overstate that enough. Like it's because it's going to come quick. You think that maybe the first half of this season ticked by. Buckle up, because it's going to be trade deadline's going to be 10 days away once we resume NHL games. Basically, that's a very short amount of time to get some tidy bit of business done. And then after the trade deadline, it's going to be a mad. I think, is there something crazy? Isn't there a crazy amount of games in March?
Yeah, I think we counted last episode. They have 17 games in 31 days.
17 games in 31 days,
and that includes a trip out to Vegas, Utah, and Colorado. Colorado twice, Carolina 3 times, Vegas twice, Boston twice, Dallas, the Red Wings, the Islanders again. And it's not only just the amount of games; it's also against teams that are in playoff positioning. And
go.
You have it's 3 weeks from tonight. The Penguins will play their next game against the Jersey Devils on February 26th, and then 4 weeks from tomorrow, Friday the 6th, when you're going to be listening to this, more than likely, that is exactly 4 weeks from the NHL trade deadline. So, I mean, there's very little time between now and, because with the roster freeze, nothing can happen. You can't, so there's very little that can happen. There's very, very little time between when that freeze lifts and the trade deadline. It's 10 days or something like that. So it's going to be a hectic stretch. The Penguins will have technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games between then and the trade deadline. So you're going to have some opportunities to bag more points and see where things stand. It's going to be a pretty chaotic couple weeks once we get back from the Olympic break. So I know that everybody's excited to see who's back over in the Olympics. I know I am. And it's going to be nice just to kind of sit back and the Penguins get a little bit of a break and not have to worry about them, because I will say the last 2 nights are the first time in a couple years where I've been okay, this is getting really on edge watching the Penguins play a hockey game.
Yeah, man, it'll be good to kind of just sit back and watch some curling, watch some whatever the winter games. I always just watch hockey and curling, but I know there's a lot more events than just that, figure skating. It'll be a nice little decompression 3 weeks, and then there'll be some excitement in there too.
Oh yeah,
with Canada, U.S., Sweden, the powerhouses that be, and maybe some underdogs will sneak up on you. You never know with the Olympics, so
you don't.
It'll be interesting. It'll be fun to kind of just cover that and decompress a bit, because, man, like we just kind of addressed, it's once puck drops for the NHL back in 3 weeks' time, it is off to the races, dude. It will be, March is going to buzz by. We're going to be on here it feels like every other day, it seems. And then once March, then it's April. And then you know what that means.
Yeah. April is spring playoffs. That's when it's going to be very serious in March. But April is
all of a sudden it'll be June, and they're going to be handing out the cup.
Yeah. I mean, it all goes so fast. I will say that it goes faster than it ever has. We're somehow already at game 56, which is just crazy. And now we have a stretch run to the end of the season once the break's over. So. I'm excited for it. Take a couple weeks here to sit back, relax, and enjoy some international hockey. But until then, Yeah, not much will be happening between the teams because of the freeze. So we won't be taking off. We'll be back with who knows what. We'll be talking hockey, trades, pretty much anything. So, yeah.
That's all I really got, Robbie. It's a hell of an episode and a hell of a game today. That was exciting to watch. But yeah, man, maybe when will we be back to talk something?
We'll be back next week at some point. We'll figure out a time to sit down and maybe even just like recap how we got here with the Penguins. Go through the good, the bad. Obviously more good than bad, but how did we get here? Like, what did they do right to completely blow past all of our expectations? Like, what can they do now going forward to keep this up? Like, who needs to step up? What kind of trades could we be looking at? Stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll have stuff to talk about. Maybe throw a mailbag in there. We haven't done one of those in quite a while. So, yeah, look out for that as well. But, no, we'll have content for you as you guys tune in to the Olympics. But, yeah, we're not going really anywhere. We're kind of in the same boat as everybody else, just kind of waiting and waiting for the Penguins to come back.
That's right. We'll be right here waiting. So that's all I got, Robbie.
All right, everyone. That's all we got for this episode. The Penguins beat the Buffalo Sabres 5-2, their final game before the Olympic break, which begins now. 4 Penguins, it's 4, right? Yeah, 4 Penguins are headed to Milan. Sidney Crosby, Artur Shilovs, Ricard Raquel, and Erik Karlsson will be getting on a plane tonight and heading overseas.
You think it's a private jet?
I assume it's a charter jet. Yeah, I don't think.
You don't think they're flying with their teams, or do you think they just get there how they get there?
They get how they get there. There's already a couple guys that showed up. Their final game was last night that showed up today.
Do you think Erik Karlsson and Sid and Raquel and Shilovs get on the same private jet and they maybe share a bottle of wine and just talk about whatever rich guys talk about?
Well, I would not be surprised if this private jet includes Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, and some of these other guys from Buffalo as well to save on a trip. So I would assume they're going to have a pretty deep contingent going over. Kyle Dubas might even be on this flight, given that he's a part of the head of team Canada. He's a part of that leadership group. So, yeah, would not surprise me that we see a plane full of Sabres and Penguins heading over to Italy, and then everybody else will be jetting off to wherever. Blake Lizotte will be on parental leave for the next 3 weeks, so congrats to him and his wife.
What does Avery Hayes do? Do you think he just goes to Chippewa Street and has like 8 pints of beer?
He might, but he's better find a way back to Wilkes-Barre.
Because you want him to go back down there?
I think they're going to give him run. They're going because he missed a big chunk of games this year with an injury, so they're going to get him as much run as possible.
That tonight he goes straight from the Buffalo Stadium right to Chippewa Street, and he gets a plate of wings and like maybe 2 shots of Jameson and 6 pints of Buffalo's finest ale, which would probably be like Labatt Blue.
As long as he doesn't pull a Gavin McKenna, then that's all I really care about. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast. We'll wait for more details to drop. But yeah, as long as he doesn't do that.
Yeah,
he basically just did that to the Sabres, though.
He did. He did in a metaphorical kind of way. He did land a couple knockout punches tonight. So. So that is the pre-Olympic portion of the Penguins season is wrapped up. Snail and I will be back next week to talk about something, a to be determined topic or topics. And that's all we really got for tonight. The Penguins win 5-2, second in the Metro at the break, 70 points even. A busy March coming up when they get back. But until then, we'll let you guys enjoy some international hockey. So stay tuned for new episodes. But until then, for Snail, I'm Robbie. You guys have a great night. You have a great Friday, and you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys next week.